Namaste. I am Chavi Sharma from Girls Bus and thank you for joining us. Today's live session is going to be about finance, investments, and savings. And for that, we are going to collaborate with an amazing woman who is a chartered accountant and a pro on giving amazing tips on many things like savings, investments, virtual trading, and so many things. So let's see if she is here and we start our session for today. Okay, she has not joined till now, but yeah, you can keep all your questions related to savings, investments, and any queries you have, you can put it down here. I'm still waiting for her. So, all the people who have joined late, today's live session is going to be all about finance tips. So, stay tuned for more. I'm still waiting for Mahima to join. She has still not come. Yeah, so she has come. I accepted the request by Mahima, but I don't know where she has gone. Okay, she again did send me. I don't know. Mahima, there's some problem coming up. It's showing that you can't join that. Let me send you the request instead. Finally.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some technical issue going on.
Instagram is full of that. Don't worry about
I
that.
I know. Trust me, I know that.
Anyways, thank you so much for joining this live session with Girls Buzz.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So, as I told everyone, Mahima is a chartered accountant and she is going to talk all about finance with us today. So, Mahima, please tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, so basically, I'm a chartered accountant, and as I mean, like everybody, I also work somewhere, which I'm not going to disclose. But yeah, and apart from that, I create content on finance. I create content around things that schools did not teach you. So I feel
Yes.
that financial literacy is a very important pillar in your life. So my
Yes.
motive behind creating finance content is just this, that education, something like financial literacy should be free of cost. And yes, so I create finance
That's so
content around
nice
that.
of you.
Yeah.
Okay, Mahima. So, when we talk about finance, it's majorly a male-dominated field. So, please tell us about your journey here.
So I'll be honest, like the household that I've been brought up in, I have a younger brother, but my parents had never, bifurcated between a male child and a female child. So till I actually came into this corporate world, so-called corporate world. I realized that till that time, I never realized, that there is so much of difference between a person, I mean, a female and a male having the same degree, yet, fighting for
Yes.
equal pays, which was
Mm-hmm.
honestly very disheartening for me. So
Yeah.
that is one thing. I mean, and the worst part is it's still prevalent in this century. I mean, 21st century, which is so sad to know.
It is prevalent everywhere. It's quite
Yeah.
sad.
So yeah, so there have been hardships, but I think to every woman out there, I would like to say that, do not give up. I mean, you have to fight for your own share, and that is the most important thing.
And plus, you're doing a wonderful job telling women, especially women, about financial independence and literacy. That's a great thing you're doing just now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about investing. If someone is new to investing, what tips you would like to give to that person?
Okay. So if you just started to begin investing, then my suggestion to you would be that do not just blindly start investing in any stock or any mutual fund or anywhere that you find, is lucrative by just seeing a newspaper ad or just seeing a tip. I would like to say that
Mhm.
first, set an objective for yourself, be it long term or short term. If your objective is long term, then invest in stocks or FDs, which are, which will give you more returns in the long term. And if your objective is short term, let's say you're investing just to, fund a trip, for example, let's say, which is 6 months away, then you must see sectors which are going to grow in the next 6 months and invest accordingly. Secondly, I feel that a lot of people start investing by, just talking to one another. And, if
Yes.
someone says that, mutual funds are the best to invest in, or certain mutual fund is best to invest in,
Yeah.
people just blindly start investing in them. I would like to say that do not invest in something that you don't understand. If you don't understand cryptocurrency, please do not invest in that. Invest in something that you
Right,
understand.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so basically time period is quite an important issue over here. People are really not aware what they're investing into and they just invest like that. Great,
Absolutely.
great. So, yeah. And when we talk about different age groups, say like, if someone is in 20s, then 30s, then 40s, so should the investing pattern be different for different age groups?
Absolutely. When you're in your 20s and 30s, it is more likely that you're ready to take up risks. So I would suggest that if you're in your 20s, start taking risks, start investing in stocks, because stocks are the most volatile investments that I can refer to. Also, there is a rule to this. Like there's a 100 minus age rule, which says that your diversification into equity and debt. When I say diversify, you should not just invest in equities, you should also consider investing in debt. So that rule says that your investment in equity should be 100 minus your age. So for example, if your age is 20 right now, then 100 minus
Mm-hmm.
20, 80 should be the
80.
percentage of your income which should be invested in equity, and the other
Mhm.
20% should be invested in somewhere more secure, which is debt mutual funds or say FDs or something like that.
Mhm. Great. So now I'm going to put up a question which all women will like over here. Do you think that investing in gold is a wise option, or does it have its own share of complications, like, tax liabilities and things like that?
Well, tax liabilities occur when you try to sell the gold. So, to every woman out there who's planning to buy gold, I would suggest that even here, you first determine your objective kya hai iske piche, right? Like if you're trying to
Exactly.
invest in gold because, say example, यहाँ पे in India, when you plan to
Mhm.
get married, you try to invest in gold, right? So उस
Yeah.
time पे it is more important and it is more logical to invest in physical gold, right? So
Okay.
during that time, if your objective is to get married or something like that, then invest in physical gold. But if you're looking for gold
Mhm.
investments just for getting good
Mhm.
returns, I would suggest that you invest in other options that give you the same return as physical gold. So there are alternative options to gold investments, like there is gold mutual funds, there is gold ETFs,
Bonds.
there is sovereign gold
Yeah.
bonds. Yes. So there's physical, like digital gold also. So there are apps which
Mhm.
provide you the physical gold wallet, wherein you invest as per today's gold price, and whenever you feel like selling it, you sell the
Mhm.
gold at that particular price. And coming to
Wow.
tax liabilities, tax liabilities take place when you're trying to sell the gold. So if you hold a
Mm-hmm.
physical gold, or say these digital golds, they usually attract long-term capital gain if you hold them for more than 2 years when you sell them. But
Okay.
and
Okay.
that is approximately 20.8% of whatever your sale price is. However, if
Okay.
you sell your gold within 2 years, then it is
Mm-hmm.
a short-term capital gain. So what happens in that is
Yes.
that whatever your gain is added to your taxable income, and it is taxed according to the
Yes.
slab rate.
Yeah. So like, if we need to avoid those short-term capital gains, then like we should go in for 2 years or more. That's the thing.
Exactly,
Great.
exactly. Yes, because if you fall into
Yeah.
the
So,
30% tax bracket, you will end up paying 30% tax.
yeah. So you
Yeah.
keep know, growth is everyone is saying that recession is coming. Do you think it's all the more important to save just now? Savings hold
I'm
more
sorry, your
importance
voice
just
is
now.
cracking.
Okay, so I'll repeat the question. Economic growth has slowed down, and the news is around that recession is about to hit us. So, do you think it's all the more important to, invest more in savings just now rather than the expenditures and things? Savings are more
Uh,
important.
yeah, savings are definitely more important, whether it is recession or whether your economy is growing or not. Savings
Yeah.
are, despite of anything happening, savings must be there. But according to me, people in India should believe that despite of the recession that is taking place in other countries like USA and UK right now, we are at a much better stage. When I say
Yes.
much
Yeah,
better
that
stage,
is
our economy is actually growing right now. So I think this is the right time to make investments in sectors which are growing. Like there is defense sector, there is electronic vehicle sector, there is solar sector. So so I think it is very important that if you invest into it right now, when we see that
Hmm.
the recession and everything is cooling down, at that point
Hmm.
of time, you'll see the real benefits of investing in those sectors today.
It will jump like anything because just now it's
They will
going
jump.
quite low.
Absolutely.
Correct. Agree. Women generally don't give, priority to insurance and they kind of ignore it. So, do you think that it's a necessity and it should not be ignored?
Absolutely. I think this is a very gender neutral thing, to be very honest, because a lot of people ignore taking insurance. And what happens is
Yeah.
when they realize that they need a medical insurance in their late 40s or 50s, the insurance
Hmm.
premiums become very high. So it is very
Yes, it does.
important that even in your 20s, you buy an insurance for yourself and look at it
Yeah.
as an asset and not as a liability. It is an asset which
Yeah.
you're probably sowing today, which will reap you benefits in the later years of your life.
I talked about women in particular because generally what happens is, men get themselves insured because they're head of the families. But
Hmm.
generally, the other members, like, kids and women, they are ignored. That's why I talked about women in particular over here. Everyone should get
Yeah,
an insurance, to be precise.
definitely, definitely. And today, I think in every household, women are also working. So they definitely should look for an alternative source of income if something happens to them. So it is equally important
Yeah.
that even women should focus on buying an insurance.
Financial independence is very important.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, so if we talk about that one easy trick by which we can say save 20% of our income each month, what is that?
Okay. So for this, I personally follow something that I would like to share with you. What I do is I keep two separate bank accounts. Okay. One is the bank account where my salary or whatever income gets credited to. Okay. And
Hmm.
that is the account which I keep for like spending. So what I do is the other bank account is for investment purpose only. I do not link that bank account to any UPI IDs or any other payment gateway apps. Okay, and
Okay,
that app
that's the
is
trick.
only connected to my investment apps. Like say, if I have an SIP, which is getting debited every month, it gets debited from that
Hmm.
particular account. So as soon as my salary
Okay.
gets credited, I have a particular percentage of amount that gets shifted to that amount. Like I make sure that the day I get the message that your salary is credited, I shift that certain percentage of amount to the next bank account, so that I make sure that
Okay.
I don't spend that particular percentage of income of savings into something
Yeah,
else.
that's really smart. So
Yeah,
like, that amount is not showing in your this account, of which you have the cards, and also you will not spend it. It's somewhere else.
exactly.
Quite smart.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when people buy a house or a car, they generally take loans for that, and loans means EMI, some amount they have to pay like each month. So what
Mm-hmm.
is that percentage of income that is a safe play for EMI, because generally people don't realize, and big amounts of EMIs goes, and it becomes really difficult for them to survive.
Absolutely. So when we think of, allocating a certain percentage of amount of your monthly income to EMIs, I feel that it should not exceed 40%. At the max, it should be
Okay.
40%, because usually when we see your income, 20% of your income goes to, say, your household bills and paying rents and everything.
Okay.
Other 20% goes to your savings. And
Hmm.
the rest 40%, if you spend in EMIs, you still have 20% left to spend on your experiences and to enjoy your life. So
Hmm.
my opinion should be, and there is also a rule to it which says that there's a 40% EMI rule. It says that you should not spend more
Okay.
than 40% on EMIs.
Hmm. It generally, happens because multiple EMIs are there, and then people like cross this rule, and then the problems come.
Absolutely. No, so when I say
Right.
40%, it means all income, all your
For all
EMIs in
EMIs,
total.
total.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, all eggs should not be kept in one basket. You already mentioned that. So, do you think it's pretty important to apply this rule to investments as well? Like diversification should be there.
Absolutely. Like what we saw in the 2008 crisis, people who had invested in stock markets lost their entire savings altogether,
Yeah.
right?
They
So,
came on
to
road.
avoid circumstance, exactly. So, to avoid circumstances like that, I would definitely
Hmm.
say that, do not put all your eggs in one basket, because,
Hmm.
I mean, you'll end up losing every hard-earned penny of yours. So, yes,
Yeah.
diversification is a must.
Okay, and now let's talk about credit cards too. Like everyone is so fond of credit cards these days. So, do you want to give any tips or any piece of advice to all those people who are like crazily using credit cards all the time?
Yeah, definitely. So, firstly, I mean, people should understand that, credit cards are not free of cost. Credit cards come
Yeah.
with certain, yeah, interest to them. They're like small
Mm.
loans.
They are loans.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
So, firstly, it is very important to understand that credit card bills need to be paid on time. You cannot
Hmm.
overrun those timelines. And secondly, if you want to use the credit card wisely, my opinion would be, do not exceed 30 to 40% of your credit limit in terms of spending. Let's say your credit limit is 1
Okay.
lakh rupees in a month. Do not exceed
Mhm.
30 to 40,000 in a month. Like if you spend more than 30 to 40,000 in a month, it will also spoil your CIBIL score, which will probably, in near future, if you're trying to buy a loan or something, you will get a loan at a higher interest rate. So it is very
Okay.
important that you do not spend more than 30 to 40% of your credit card limit to maintain your CIBIL scores.
Exactly. Till date, I have never gone in for a credit card. I'm not fond of it. I still rely on debit cards. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when we talk in regard to India in particular, like it's generally difficult for women to take their own financial decisions. So, have you faced any hurdles like that in your life?
I have not faced that, but I've seen a lot of women facing that. I've seen, like, especially not for our generation, I would like to say, but for generation which was before us, like our moms, our grandmoms.
Yes.
I have seen that taking financial decisions for them was difficult. Ironically, I would say I did not understand why, because it was a woman, it was at the end of the day a woman who used to run the entire house. She was in charge
Exactly.
of managing the savings, spending, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like still women today are not financially confident, and which
Yes.
I feel is very important. I mean, you need
Mhm.
to understand that a woman actually can manage finance. I believe in that. Finance is way better than a
Yes.
man can.
We are born managers, to be precise. Flexible,
Absolutely,
flexible at work and everything.
absolutely. We're multitaskers, yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
there's nothing we can't do.
yeah. All women over here, please take a note of that. Be
Yes.
confident. So, my last question for today is any finance related tip for upcoming women entrepreneurs?
Okay, yeah, this is a very good question. Because I myself, keep searching on things like this. So there are various government schemes that I've come across. Like there is Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, which is supporting female entrepreneurs. Apart from that, other than financial tips, I would like to say look around. There are people like Falguni Nair, there are people like Namita Thapar who have done wonders in their life, right? I mean,
Hmm.
they are real inspiration, and I mean, looking up to them, we should feel that what is stopping us from doing that. So for
Yes.
every women out there who has a small, even a small entrepreneurial idea, no idea is small, to be very honest, but whatever
Hmm.
idea you have, just work on it, and work hard on it, so that you will also be big someday. I mean, the only thing is, do not give up. And like, your previous question, there is male dominance in this sector also when it comes to business also.
Extremely there.
So, and to break that, it is all the more important that we work harder and break these barriers.
Yes, generally women give up in the middle. They just surrender to household responsibilities and everything. So that should not happen. You should dream big and respect your dreams. Don't give midway. That's
Absolutely.
really important.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I and Mahima are going in for a quick rapid fire round. So before that, I would request the audience to put down their questions in the comment section below or in the question box which has that question mark on it. Meanwhile, we'll go through a quick rapid fire round. Ready, Mahima?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the first question is three tips for first time investors.
Like I said, invest with an objective, do not fall for tips, and make sure that you know the product that you're investing in.
Okay. Three important things in an investment portfolio.
Diversify, diversify, diversify. As simple as that.
Wow, amazing. Three tax saving tips for women.
For women, I would like to say that first, buy an insurance. Health insurance helps you save your taxes as well. It is a good investment perspective
Yeah.
also. Secondly, there are multiple investment options like ELSS. Like people always invest in PF and everything, but ELSS is
Mhm.
one of those options. And lastly, I would like to say that invest in good, say NPS or something of that sort.
Great. Okay, three sources of good finance information.
First, I would say newspaper. I personally read Mint, so it's a wonderful source of information, especially for finance. Number two, YouTube channels. There are multiple YouTube channels that teach you a lot about finance. And number three, if you want to get entertained as well as learn something out of it, there are multiple documentaries on Netflix, Curiosity Stream, etc., to learn about finance.
Yeah, and then there are Instagram account like yours where people can come and check out the finance information too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Next question is three less risky investments for people who like to play safe.
FDs, gold,
Hmm.
and mutual funds, which are comprising of Nifty 50.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is 3 decisions related to finance that a woman should take.
Fine. First and foremost, be financially confident. You have it in yourself. So if you're not
Hmm.
financially confident, आगे कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. Be financially confident,
Exactly.
which will lead to financial independence. And three, I feel that women today don't plan their retirement also, which is very important. I've always
Yes.
seen in a lot of cases that women have a longer longevity of life, right? So it is very important
Hmm.
that you also plan for your retirement separately.
Okay, so now we'll start taking up the questions. One question is where to invest to get maximum returns. This person wants to invest max to get maximum returns.
Maximum returns. ये मेरे को I get this a lot in my DMs also. Uh, I cannot guarantee you returns, right? I can never guarantee you
Hmm.
returns. So yeah, I think maximum return has no cap value. But I'll say that as like I again said, diversify so that you have a balanced return rather than a maximum return.
Yeah. So the key is balance return. Don't get
Not
greedy.
my. Yes.
Okay, so one person is saying like, investing in gold bars looks like a safe option just now because recession is coming. Is that true?
The gold prices are right now rising, to be honest. So, like I
Yeah.
said, gold bars, it depends on your objective. If you're thinking of converting that into jewelry, then buy a gold bar, definitely. But if that is not the
Hmm.
objective and if you're planning to invest, then the alternative options that I gave you already, you should invest in that.
Yeah, so one person is asking, is trading also a good way of finance?
I'm sorry. Trading is also a good way of
Finance. I think
finance.
maybe investment, I think.
Well, yes, but trading comes with a lot of, let's say, anxiety and lot of risk appetite. So if you think that
Yeah,
you are ready to lose 100% of your money that you're willing to trade with, then you
God.
can start trading. Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
It
Ah,
happens.
definitely. Yes, yes, it happens.
Acha, and someone is asking for, any specific books from which that person can learn about investments and finance.
Definitely. So I was recently reading this book called Psychology of Money, which
Okay.
book has wonderful insights on how you should invest and how you should diversify, how you should, put your money. Then there's also a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, which also I've found is
Um,
very, very good when it comes to,
that's an evergreen book.
yeah, yeah,
Evergreen old favorite. Yeah,
yes,
have that too.
yeah.
Okay. So, apart from these questions, if you have any other questions, because we will be both of us will be putting this video on our feeds, so you can write those questions in the comment section below, and we will definitely try to answer that. And apart
Absolutely.
from this, you can check out more videos on Mahima's Instagram account and also on our YouTube channel, which is by the same username, or on our website, which is by the name www.girls.pass, which is also about to hit 2 million views soon. So you can
Awesome.
check that as well.
I was just going through your website by the way today, and it's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful the way you are doing things. I was very impressed.
See, the basic aim over here is, we want to educate women the best way we can. They are, to be precise, not aware about many things. So, about the health also, about the finance thing also, which we are covering today, and inspirations also, many, many things we are trying to cover in that way. Okay, so I guess we'll end the session for today. And Mahima, thank you so much for joining this session by Girls Pass. Is there anything else you want to add over here?
Just one thing on, I mean, last note, I would like to say
Yeah.
that, I personally, the thing that you are doing is personally very close to my heart, like empowering
Okay.
women. So, to every woman out there, my only little request to you would be that do not give up. And one thing that I personally feel that we should all have is unity, which will eventually
Yes.
help break the patriarchy which is still there. So
Yeah.
yeah, kudos to every woman out there who is doing wonderful jobs, and to everybody who is still building their own businesses and their own wonderful things. Yeah, that's it.
That's why we have created this online digital
Community.
community where women can
Community.
come over together and they can see each other.
Yes. So you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you, Mahima. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. And we'll stay in touch and we'll definitely collaborate again in future. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Thank you
Good
so
night,
much for
everyone.
having me.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.